What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James and welcome back today to Roblox. How we doing, everyone? Welcome back. Today, of course, it is time once again for some brand new Bee Swarm, and today Onett has spoken, and oh my goodness, he has given us so much new information as to what we can expect in the next update, when maybe that update is coming out, and also some new information about future updates in the game. So we're going to talk about all of this here in today's episode, some really interesting stuff. And before we do that, of course, we've got a mosey on over here. 3, 2, 1, claim the test realm hive. Yeah, how we doing, everyone? Are we good? Okie dokies. So yeah, we've got a bunch of information here to get stuck into today. So loads and loads of just like messages and stuff. We're going to talk about them. We're going to analyze them. We're going to explain them, all of that stuff. And yeah, I just went and checked the previous episodes. So I think we set a like goal of 5,000 on that one. And good news, we managed to get 6,300. So yeah, once again, amazing job. Thank you so very much. Shall we just go for a cheeky 5,000 again? That would be amazing. Yeah, thank you. So it's a bit difficult to know where to begin. Onett just went on this like massive sort of reply session style information drop. I think it was last night with a bunch of new things. So we've got stuff here to do with all of the new quest lines as well as some other really interesting bits. But I think what we'll do is we'll start off here with this message because I think this is probably the most sort of asked question as to what people are currently wondering. So Onett here says, yeah, I'll extend the event until the end of February. So this is what we were expecting with an extension until basically March the 1st. Hoping to release in a few days or so, but we'll see. I'm trying to fix stuff with Stickbug's quest and then finishing writing dialogue. But most of the quests, including bee bears, are done. So this is amazing news. This basically sounds like Onett is coming to the end of the development process for the second part of Beesmas, and fingers crossed, it might come out in a couple of days. Now, we've been sausage before when it comes to the old release dates, so yeah, take that kind of like fairly loosely. I would hopefully say that it might be coming out sometime next week. So today is Sunday, the 24th of January. Maybe at some point next week, seeing how the development goes, hopefully we will have the second part of the update. Onett then also goes to kind of mention the same thing, but also give us a little bit of extra information. And he says once again, he'll extend the event to the end of February, but then he also adds that Spirit Bear's quest is more of a Valentine's themed one anyway. And the quests are sort of designed around Beesmas overstaying its welcome. So essentially, like, Onett is kind of, he's having a bit of fun with himself there, and from what it sounds like, a lot of the dialogue to do with some of these new NPC quests are going to be basically based around the fact that Beesmas technically should have ended by now, I guess. Well, in theory, you know, and he's saying, well, better late than never, but he's having a bit of fun, and kind of mentioning the fact that things haven't gone quite to plan with the release dates. So that should be kind of cool. But yeah, a Valentine's-themed Spirit Bear quest? Oh no, you know what this means, genuinely. Like, Onett is literally sitting there right now writing Spirit Bear dialogue. And we all know what happens when Onett writes for the Spirit Bear. 7 hours later, we're still reading that bad boy. It's gonna be long, isn't it? I wonder who Spirit Bear's in love with. Ooh, I don't know. Who could it be? Bucko Bee? It might even be Onett. Ooh, love is in the air. By the way, just before we carry on here and just talk about like all of the new stuff, I kind of wanted to ask you guys' opinions. So this is kind of cool actually. Tomorrow, myself, DanTDM, ThnxCya and Squid are starting our very own brand new Minecraft SMP. Now, I know it's kind of weird because I would imagine that these days most people associate this channel here with Roblox and most specifically Bee Swarm, but back in the day, my channel was a Minecraft channel. I love Minecraft, I still do, but I don't really have like the stuff to play anymore. Like, I'm kind of out of the loop when it comes to Minecraft, but the whole point of this new SMP is kind of like bringing together all the original Minecraft creators and just, you know, putting everyone on the server, and there's like a theme to it and stuff, and I'm really excited to actually play that again. So firstly, it's not going to affect this channel at all. Like, there's still going to be loads of Bee Swarm, everything's going to be completely normal, but I have a dilemma. It's like, upload the Minecraft stuff to this channel, which I don't think I really have like the Minecraft audience too much anymore, or start a brand new channel, which is just going to be Minecraft stuff. So yeah, what are your opinions on that? Like, the weird thing is, I'm sure you're all subscribed to a bunch of YouTubers who have like second channels, third channels, fourth channels, fifth channels, all that kind of thing. But it's my 10-year anniversary of my first ever video this year. And I have never ever had a second channel, ever. Like, everything has always gone on this one. So I'm a little bit scared, to be honest, to like open up a new channel. But it's not really going to be like the Roblox content that's going to go on there. It's just going to be just like Minecraft. It's going to be the SMP, and it's probably going to be other Minecraft stuff as well. Maybe some mods, adventure maps, all that kind of cool stuff. You know, all the stuff that people are doing these days in Minecraft, like the vanilla stuff. And yeah, I don't know, like, what are you guys' thoughts about that? Would you subscribe to a Minecraft channel for just like Minecraft stuff done by me and Dan and Justin and stuff? Like, I think it's going to be a really good time, but I'm kind of torn. Like, I don't know whether to put it on this channel or make a new one. I really don't know. Like, what are your thoughts? Please let me know. Anyway, right, so let's get stuck in. So let's carry on here with some of the things that Onett said. Now, in that first message, he mentioned that all of B.Bear's quests are now done. So in the second part of the update, B.Bear will have a new quest line set, and he says here that B.Bear has 10 more quests that reward 5 more presents. Beequip storage space, not case slots, and the festive wreath. We don't get any more case slots? Onett! You stingy sausage. Okay, so we're not going to be getting a Beequip expansion for actually how many more Beequips we can have on, but we're going to be having an increase in the storage. But yeah, 10 more quests for the B.Bear, and these are going to be, I would imagine, a lot more difficult than the first lot of quests. And we get the festive wreath as well from the festive bee as the special Beequip. Now, because we're going to get all of those brand new presents, of course, there are going to be, you know, the rewards, for example, this Mondo present, and in the test realm right now, you can see here that it is out of 14. So we've discussed this previously, but we now have the addition of Bumblebee Man, we have Gummy Bear, and we have the Honeybee to add to Spirit Bear and Stickbug. So that is the 5 extra presents we'll receive. It seems like we are just going to get 14 gifts, but Onett here does say that there is another Honey Day event buff in the Mondo present, just like last year, which is the main thing it gives, although it gives other stuff slightly better than last year's. Now here's the thing, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, didn't last year's Mondo gift give like mythic eggs and stuff? I feel like it gave festive beans and mythic eggs and some really good rewards. So you'll also get like the 48-hour buff again, but this present should be pretty spicy. Although having said that, from the rest of the stuff we're going to talk about here, it's going to be very difficult to get. Now, the big question is, well, which one of these quests is going to be the ultimate sausaging? Is it going to be Gummy Bear? Is it going to be Spirit Bear? Is it going to be Stickbug? The answer is none of them. It's going to be Bumblebee Man. This quest is going to be the big one in the second part of the update, and there's a bunch of stuff here that Onett says about it. So, basically, right, the Bumblebee Man's special ability thing here is that it allows you to use the naughty list. Now, we'll talk about the specifications and the stuff like in a second, but how does the naughty list work? Check this out. So the Bumblebee Man's naughty list kills all players on the server, or attempts to, by spawning a falling coal. So a big block of coal is going to fall on every single person in the server when someone activates the naughty list. But you can dodge it. It's a little bit like the falling coconuts. And it says it gives everyone who dies, actually gets hit by it, a lump of coal, which is that special Beequip. So you get a lump of coal as a reward, and you get a 4-hour Beesmas repentance buff that gives small boosts like capacity. So it's kind of in your interest if someone summons a Bumblebee Man naughty list, actually get hit by the coal. You will die, but when you respawn, you'll get the 4-hour boost, and you'll get a piece of coal Beequip for the pleasure of getting killed by it. Which is just so mad. Onett's also giving it the big one here. He's like, this is a good idea. He says, Also, it'll be sort of an honor to be killed by someone with the naughty list, since it will be the only way to get lumps of coal and the small Beesmas repentance buff. Now, this is really confusing because I swear down, I have read people that have had the piece of coal from the stockings, unless I got confused and you can only get it in the test realm. But I swear to you, I saw people who had got blocks of coal from the stockings, but apparently that's the only way to get them. So I'm really confused about that one. Let me know if you do have a piece of coal in the main game, because I don't, and I've been looking for it, but maybe it was the plan all along to have it as part of the naughty list. Oh yeah, and it also says here, if someone does complete the B.B.M quest, they deserve the ability to kill whoever they want. In game, he specifies. So yeah, the sort of the ability to use the naughty list is quite a special one, and based off what we're going to talk about now, you'll probably see why. So yeah, once again, just to kind of like back that information up, he says, since it's so hard to complete the B.B.M's quest, it'll only be a handful of people who have that power. So I don't think the griefing will be a huge problem. You can use it to kill AFK people, but if they're not, they can just walk out of the circle to avoid the coal. Although from what it sounds like you probably don't want to. You probably want the buff. Now, what is the big reward? Like, what have you got to do? Why is it going to be so difficult? Well, he's given us a clue here and says there's not going to be trillions of pollen or anything like that, which is good news. But it's more the other things that will take time, like bubbles. Bubbles. I'll try to finish it up within the next few days and get it into the test realm. So technically in a couple days time, we might be able to see the full list of what B.B.M is going to ask for. How many bubbles? On it here says, and the bubbles this time are still less than 50k. So there's hope. 50,000 bubbles? On it, I have one tadpole bee. Oh. So yeah, anyone with like a blue hive right now with a bunch of tadpole bees will probably be laughing. Anyone like myself who has like a regular white hive or a red hive without any tadpole bees or just one, it's going to be pain. It's going to be painful. 50,000 bubbles. Oh. He also just goes on to say here that Bumblebee Man has lots of things, but is a blue-leaning quest. So more bubbles required than last year and other blue stuff. B.B.M's quest is absurd. Don't expect more than the top players to finish it. So yeah, I'm actually terrified now. What does he classify a top player? Does he mean like one of the leaderboard grinders, or does he mean someone that gives silly voices to bears? Does that count? If so, we might have a chance, lads. I'm going to definitely try and finish it, of course. That would be really, really cool. But I'm already kind of scared about the Bumblebee Man quest. Yeah, it's going to be a mad one. It's going to take a lot of grinding. But it's all part of the Bee Swarm dream, lads. We'll see what happens in a couple days when it comes in the test realm. Oh, jeez. Now, this was kind of interesting because it's kind of funny, really. Like, I'm kind of excited for the gummy bear quest to actually pop up, and the reason why is because for the longest time ever, there was literally no point in this star hole, in the gummy bear lair, apart from obviously getting these two equips. But you would always run to the end of it, and no matter what you would do, what you would achieve, how much goo you got or whatever, everyone was always wondering, well, what's the point of the NPC, and is the gummy bear ever going to do anything? And yeah, now we actually get a use for the gummy bear. He is going to be an NPC, a new NPC in the game. So on it here says, now that the gummy bear is an NPC, I can give gummy boots a more permanent use, like unlocking future extreme endgame quest lines with the gummy bear. So potentially, there's going to be even more gummy bear quest lines coming in the future, aside from the Beesmas content. Now, he actually talks here about the boots, which I thought was kind of interesting, and he says that the price is absurd because there's just a lack of items between the other stuff and then the boots. But at the same time, without them, the diehards wouldn't have had it as a goal. I remember grinding for the gummy boots. It took a really long time, but it was super rewarding when I got them. That's what I said, not what Onett said. He says, He wants to add other equipments in the update after Beesmas, and the same one that adds new mythics. That could fill the void between the rest of the endgame items and gummy boots. So yeah, that's extra information there right now, and he's saying that obviously the next update after this one, he's going to be adding new mythical bees, but also a bunch of new equipments, and there might be some items in there that fills the gap between, say, the stuff you get in the mountaintop shop, or, you know, kind of your boots and stuff, and then the gummy boots. There's going to be different ones in there. I know the coconut clogs are a thing, but there's going to be like a few more items in there to pick and choose from, depending on how you want to play, what you can afford. And yeah, I think that sounds kind of cool. Now, there's something super interesting in here, and Onett actually talks about the market boost system and why it's basically not exactly everything that he planned. So I found this particular one really interesting, but just quickly before we do that, just two more little things here. Onett says here that the Spirit Bears quest is about as difficult as the Bucko and the Rileys. Stickbug is more difficult than those, but less than the Gummy Bear. So that's kind of like a gauge of how difficult all the quests are going to be. And then he also just clarifies here that the B.B.M is done, and he's sorting out some other bugs, mainly with the Stickbug and the decoration for the Stickbug. So right now, we don't know what that decoration for the Stickbug is. Maybe we'll find out at some point soon, but it does seem that Onett is really coming to the end of the development for this second part. Finally! And we can start playing part 2. And then in about a week's time, we'll start pressuring him for the next update. I think that's how it works, right? Yeah, this was really interesting. I kind of wanted to talk about this. Now, obviously, this is the market boost system in the test realm, but as we've mentioned a couple of times in the main game, the market boost system has gone just completely nuts. So a lot of the time, the top 1 or 2 are somewhere in the trillions. I've seen them at ridiculous prices, and then it's really, really, really high billions all the way down. Now, the problem with that is that as soon as the prices spike to that much, it just cuts a massive percentage of the Bee Swarm population out of being even able to afford to use them, which is not what Onett intended. I remember when the market boost first started, and it was reasonable prices actually, and it stayed that way for a long time, and I think that was how it was supposed to work. But Onett here says that the boost market is something that I consider to be just a failed experiment, and the inflation of the costs is kind of a convenient way for me to let it slowly remove itself from the game until I come up with a replacement. Now, why are the market boost prices so high? Onett here says that it keeps going up because old exploiter accounts can keep buying the most expensive boosts, which causes all other boosts to creep up in cost too. So essentially what Onett here is saying is that there are a bunch of exploiter accounts. I don't know if those are new ones and get banned, or, well, no, he's saying they're old ones, so technically these people are still playing. I don't know who these names are, I have no idea, but it's only probably the very top people in the daily honey that you may or may not see. Like, I imagine a lot of them are legit, but I imagine there's exploiters in there as well, and those are the people that are driving up the price, and Onett has noticed this, and he kind of realizes now that it's a bit of a mistake because no one else can afford them, and only these people who are gaining this huge amount of honey can actually use the machine. So, to be honest with you, I feel like at this point, he should just take it out of the game, because realistically, the only people that are benefiting from that are the people that are exploiting, and then obviously you have the top honey grinders who can actually afford that stuff. But 99% of the game can't even buy them anymore, so I feel like at this point, just take it out. I feel like people can make enough honey, like the actual legit honey grinders can still make a great amount of money, honey even, every single day without the use of the market boost. So if everyone is on the same playing field, I feel like that's fair. But where like a small group of people can afford it and the majority of people can't, then that's where things start to go like that again. You just get like this top group, and then everybody else is just like never gonna even get close. So if it is a failed experiment and if it's not working, I think just get rid of it. I really like it. I think it's great, the market boost. Like, I loved it when it first came out, but obviously from what Onett's saying here, it's a bit of a problem now. And yeah, hopefully he can sort it out. Maybe there'll be something new in the future, but it's a shame. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, I think unfortunately that's pretty much everything that we have to talk about in this episode. This is kind of like a kind of one just to show you guys that Onett is definitely working on a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, and I think we are getting really close now to being able to see a bit of this in the test realm, but most importantly seeing it in the main game sometime soon. So I just wanted to finish with this one message from Onett, and I kind of feel like this has been a pretty stressful time for Onett for the past couple of months. And I thought this was a really interesting message that he wrote. And yeah, let's read it. So he says, I appreciate all the criticisms, even if it seems usually like I ignore it. It's not because I don't think the suggestions are right, it's just I can work in my own imperfect way, and it can take a lot of time and planning to get stuff done that most devs can get done faster. There's a ton of valid criticisms for the game and stuff that would be easily solved if I was a team of devs, but me being a single developer, I think it's both a weakness and a strength of the game. I don't think the game would be as different as it is with a bunch of people behind the scenes, and I don't think it would have stood out or lasted as long. But at the same time, the game gets overwhelming for a single dev. I do read all the criticisms and take the suggestions and take them to heart and try to use it to inform what I add next. So yeah, this is a really interesting thing, and I think Onett is completely right there, because I have always wondered, like, why has Onett never, like, hired someone or, you know, got working with someone else to kind of take that burden off him being a solo developer? You look at all of the other top games on Roblox, with the exception of maybe Piggy. Although, having said that, Piggy also has, like, one of the people, like, make the maps, like, a few of the maps and stuff. So, Minitoon does, like, outsource a few of the things to other people. But Swarm Simulator has always been made by Onett and just by Onett. And I think that's very special. I feel like this is now 100% Onett's vision for the game, and everything that he adds is always, like, his brain that's basically put it in. But it's interesting because he does say that he does read all of the criticisms and stuff, and he does kind of try to use that for the benefit of the game. So this is what I always say. I say, like, sometimes it's kind of stressful, and it is, to wait for updates to get delayed and delayed and delayed, but at the same time we always have to remember that Onett is doing it all by himself, and he does make the mistake a lot of the time of, like, setting a deadline and then not sticking to it. We've talked about this previously, but ultimately the product that he always delivers is always absolutely fantastic. So yeah, once again, we'll be nice and patient with this new stuff, and yeah, hopefully it's kind of cool that he's listening to people and stuff, like, you know, seeing how people are commenting on it, seeing what people do, and yeah, hopefully the second update will be out pretty soon. He'll do an amazing job, and then maybe he can have, like, a week off. I think that would be good. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, thanks, and see ya.